Yo bro, back again on latest movie stories channel. If you're looking for a movie that's full of action, full of blood, and full of intense brawling, you've come to the right place. The Raid movie is the definition of non-stop action. No small talk, no romance, all you get are brutal fighters and the craziest fight choreography in cinematic history. Get your coffee and adrenaline ready, because we're gonna dissect the storyline. And if you like this channel, as usual, just subscribe, so you don't miss other interesting videos from latest movie stories. The film opens with a man named Rama, a new recruit in the police force. He's seen here preparing himself for his first assignment, capturing some mafia figures. In the morning, he says goodbye to his father and wife. His wife is seen to be 7 months pregnant and is about to give birth. Though it's hard to leave his wife, he has to go to carry out his duty. Then we're shown the police squad on their way, led by Sergeant Jaka. There we see Rama, Bowo, Dagu, and all the other members. Inside the vehicle, Sergeant Jaka gives instructions to his team. We know the place they're about to raid is a hangout for high-level mafia who won't hesitate to kill them brutally, and it's in that building that all the criminals gather. Elsewhere, we're shown a mafia boss named Tama, who's been a police fugitive for a long time, with his trusted man Mad Dog, who's loyal and willing to die for his boss. And Andy is the brains behind the illegal businesses that Tama operates. Here, he's seen executing people who've betrayed him, until the last person, Tama runs out of bullets and brutally kills him with a hammer. Long story short, the police force arrived in front of the building that served as the mafia headquarters and where the killers were hiding. Before entering, Sergeant Jaka meets Lieutenant Wahyu, who's been waiting for him. But here, Lieutenant Wahyu scolds Jaka because the team he's brought is new and inexperienced. Yet Sergeant Jaka trusts his men. He then divided his troops into two groups. The first group was led by Sergeant Jaka, followed by Lieutenants Wahyu and Bowo. The second team was led by Rama and Dagu. Until in front of the apartment, they reunite again and take out Tama's men who are guarding outside the building. At the front entrance, they unexpectedly meet a man named Gofar. But from his demeanor, he's not one of Tama's men. Rather a good person who's trapped and can't get out of the building. Though he almost got rough-handled by Bowo, luckily Rama quickly stopped it. Then they enter the apartment and capture some of Tama's men. Until they reach the 5th floor, they encounter a young child who's there. Seeing the police in front of him, the kid immediately runs. But Lieutenant Wahyu shoots him, even though initially Sergeant Jaka told everyone not to shoot. Quickly they approach the child, but it turns out there's another kid who runs off. And because of that incident, their arrival is detected by Tama after the kid triggers the alarm. Tama is seen monitoring from the CCTV installed in every corner of the building, knows about this. Yeah, he immediately orders his men to deal with those uninvited guests on the 5th floor. 2 of his men are seen immediately watching the police he's gonna take out, who are guarding below and near the apartment window. One of the police members guarding at the window and outside is killed after the person they're holding captive seizes the chance to grab a machete and hacks him. and 2 members waiting in the car are also killed after being shot by Tama's men. We can infer the shooting is a warning from Tama. And now he orders all his men to not hesitate to kill all the police who come, saying, "Don't forget to have fun." Then we're shown Sergeant Jaka's team on the 6th floor with the lights out. Meanwhile, above them are already some of Tama's men hunting them. Until finally they all exchange gunfire, causing casualties on both sides. And because the enemy numbers are increasing, Sergeant Jaka orders his troops to retreat and enter a room.
Gua udah tahu siapa dalangnya. Bang.
Lu gila ya?
And because the enemy numbers are increasing, Sergeant Jaka orders his troops to retreat and enter a room. And that makes them surrounded from outside. However, Rama quickly destroyed the floor to make a hole. When the floor opens, Sergeant Jaka immediately jumped down. But apparently there were already a number of Tama's men there who immediately attacked Jaka. Seeing this, Rama and other members immediately went down and helped Jaka. Not long after, a group of people who broke down the door again appeared. When Rama was holding them, suddenly Bowo was shot from the bottom when he was about to destroy the floor. And now, they are surrounded again. With their desperate situation, Rama quickly brought gas and put it in the refrigerator. Then she brought the refrigerator near the door and put the grenade. The gas exploded, which made them death, and Rama was bounced because of the explosion. After conscious, Sergeant Jaka then ordered Rama to go to bring Bowo to a safer place, to Gopar's room, while he remained with Lieutenant.
Bawa pasukan. Beresin semua.
At the same time, Tama orders Mad Dog and Andy to go down and finish off the remaining police. Then Andy chooses to go alone, though he's eventually followed by his 2 subordinates. But when inside the elevator, he kills those 2 subordinates. The scene shifts when Rama is confronted and engages in intense hand-to-hand combat against many opponents, until he finally manages to kill them all swiftly. He entered the room occupied by Gopar, and both hid behind the wall. Not long after that, his men Tama came in and immediately checked the room.
Tip-tipu ya? Saya tak ada waktu buat kau tipu-tipu. Periksa semua lemari. Kamar mandi.
One of them stabbed a machete on the wall. Rama and Bowo looked panicked when the machete hit his cheeks. But fortunately, Rama immediately wiped his blood, which made them not know his hiding. After it's safe, the 2 emerge from their hiding place and immediately treat Bowo's worsening injuries. Eventually, Bowo manages to survive and rests in Gopar's room. After that, Rama leaves to complete his mission and search for his surviving friends. But as he's walking, one of Tama's men spots him and immediately chases him to a dead end. And there's no other choice but to engage in hand-to-hand combat. Hearing the increasing number of enemies, Rama immediately jumped from the building, claiming the enemies were below him. This caused him to walk unsteadily. As he was about to leave, Andy suddenly pulled him away. But as we know, Andy and Rama are siblings who haven't seen each other in a long time. They gather there, and Rama invites Andy to come home. However, Andy refuses, saying their father would be disappointed if he found out about Andy's work.
Lo nggak usah repot-repot kesini, lo tinggal telepon gua aja. Lo harus keluar dari sini. Sekarang.
At the same time, as Jaka is about to exit, Mad Dog suddenly attacks him, and they both draw their weapons. Then Jaka orders Mad Dog to chase Lieutenant Wahyu, who immediately flees. Meanwhile, he appears outgunned and is ordered inside by Mad Dog. Mad Dog then drops his weapon and challenges Jaka to a fight. It's gonna be fun, he says. This is what makes it interesting.
Sebenarnya kurang kalau begini. Ini baru asik.
In the fight, Mad Dog's strength and stamina were seen, causing Jaka to be killed by his hands after his neck and head were broken, thus killing Jaka. Elsewhere, Andy tells Rama to get out quickly if the situation is safe. And there, Andy sees Mad Dog dragging Jaka to be taken to Tama, while Rama watches from the doorway, seeing that Jaka is already dead.
Lu buang-buang waktu lo.
Upon arriving upstairs, Tama immediately stabs Andy's hand after learning of his actions from the CCTV footage that had helped Rama.
Gua akui nyali lu gede. Salut boleh.
Rama, who was walking, was suddenly told to come in by Dagu. Now only 4 police officers remained, along with Bowo, in Gofar's room. Rama then decided to immediately detain Tama, who was on the 12th floor, so they could get out. However, on the way up, they have to clash again in the narcotics manufacturing room because there are Tama's remaining henchmen there, aside from Andy and Mad Dog. After that, they head back up to the upper floor, but Rama sees a person being tortured and he approaches him. while Lieutenant Wahyu and Dagu head to the 12th floor to stop Tama. Seeing Rama enter, Mad Dog without saying much, Mad Dog immediately released Andy to increase the intensity. Although a solo versus duo, Mad Dog's stamina is incredibly strong, and he is the ultimate king of this mission. Mad Dog is seen repeatedly getting knocked down, but still manages to get back up, until he finally unleashes his final move, attempting to break Rama's neck. Luckily, Andy immediately stabs Mad Dog neck with a broken lamp, but it turns out the stab doesn't faze him. He instead pounds Andy. Until finally, a combo from the two of them manages to kill Mad Dog. On the upper floor, Lieutenant Wahyu and Dagu successfully ambushed Tama and immediately arrested him. However, for no apparent reason, Lieutenant Wahyu shot Dagu, killing him on the spot. This incident revealed Lieutenant Wahyu's true identity. It turned out he had previously carried out a similar mission, but Lieutenant Wahyu accepted a bribe from Tama and betrayed the police. Then Lieutenant Wahyu ordered Tama to take him out of the building. When he saw Rama about to go up, he immediately shot him, though the shot missed because Rama dodged. Then Rama asked about Dagu, who had apparently been killed by Lieutenant Wahyu, which angered Rama.
18 anak buah lu mati setelah Reza telepon gua.
Until finally, Lieutenant Wahyu shoots Tama after realizing his situation. After this, he'll be hunted by another mafia named Reza, and he decides to kill himself by pointing the pistol at himself. But when he's about to pull the trigger, it turns out the bullets are already spent, and he doesn't die. In the end, he was arrested by Rama and had to take responsibility for his actions. We then see Lieutenant Wahyu being escorted by Rama, Bowo, and Andy. However, on the way, Andy decides to turn back and choose his own path. However, it turns out that Andy is about to be executed by a ruthless gangster leader named Bijo because he betrayed Tama. Box.
Aspetta, non farlo!
Then we're shown Rama being offered to join by a man named Munawar. Munawar is a police commander seeking evidence of police officers colluding with the mafia, including a person named Reza. And it's clear Munawar wants Rama to join and carry out that mission.
No me interesa.
Initially, Rama refused because he saw Munawar's brutality in shooting. But after finding out his brother was killed by Bejo, he eventually accepted the offer. In the plan, Munawar tells Rama to get into prison so he can get close to the son of a big mafia boss who controls Jakarta.
Rama. Potrebbe essere un ottimo sistema per avvicinarsi.
He instructs Rama to beat up the son of an official who has been providing the biggest funding to Bejo, so Rama can have a reputation when he enters prison. And now he has to change his name to Yuda to hide his real identity. So let's call him Yuda.
Se non ubbidirò e non posso essere visto con te.
Rispondi con la testa, sì o no?
However, on his first day as a new inmate, he was immediately ambushed by other prisoners there while he was hanging out in the toilet. Although he ended up being gang beaten, in a situation like that, the chances aren't likely to be too fatal. From the incident, he was offered to join by a person named Ukok, who is actually Ukok is Yuda's main target, so he can get close to him, because he's the son of the biggest mafia boss named Pa Bangun. But to keep his identity from being exposed, Yuda rejected the offer for now.
Capisco.
One day when the prisoners were gathering in the yard, Yuda noticed something odd there, and sure enough, suddenly Ukok was attacked by his own men, and it looked like they wanted to kill him. But here Yuda tries to stop them, and a brawl ensues. Because the situation was getting hotter, eventually the guards there stepped in to stop the fight. But it turned out, the fight didn't stop. Instead, it escalated and many casualties fell dead. In the midst of the brawl, Ukok, who was in the thick of the fight, was almost stabbed. But luckily, Yuda quickly saved him. And this is where Ukok feels indebted to him. Two years after that, when Yuda is released from prison, he's seen being picked up by Ukok to be introduced to his father.
Non c'è bisogno.
Sì, invece.
Elsewhere, we see Ukok's father, Pa Bangun, meeting a Japanese yakuza named Goto. And we can see that these two factions have made peace and become allies in their respective territories. Not long after, Yuda and Ukok arrive there. Here they're warmly welcomed by Bangun and his right-hand man named Eka.
Mi hai sentito?
To strip naked so his clothes can be checked. Luckily, he had removed the bug from his clothes before leaving prison earlier, which allows him to be safe and join Bangun's gang.
Fatto per mio figlio, non lo dimenticherò. Sarai fuori.
The next day, Ukok, Eka, and Yuda visit an adult movie production location to collect protection money, where we know the businesses they deal with are protected by Bangun from the police. Their boss is named Topan. When he gives them the money, Ukok refuses it because he knows Topan has been selling drugs without his knowledge, and he demands more money to protect those drug sales.
Ma questa volta ne mancano ben 5.000 alla cera.
Hearing that, Topan's men look like they're about to pull out a shotgun, but Yuda notices and immediately takes them down. In the fight, Yuda manages to defeat them all, and Topan ends up dead at his hands. When at headquarters, Ukok is praised by his father for having resolved the issue with Topan. However, Ukok instead wants his father's position to be handed over to him immediately, where we know Bangun is planning to give his leadership throne to Ukok about 10 years from now. And this is the start of the conflict that ensues.
Ok? Puoi andare, Ucho.
Then we're shown Yuda and Ukok, who are at a karaoke place. Because Ukok is still upset, he vents his anger towards the girls there.
Presto, deve cantare! Tu non ti azzardare a non toccarlo! Dare, questa è l'ultima volta che te lo chiedo, vuoi cantare? Allora scegliamo una canzone! Quindi ora chiudi la porta e vattene.
Not long after, Ukok gets a call from someone. Seeing Ukok leave quickly, Yuda slips a voice bug into his wallet. In another part, Bangun is shown meeting with his top subordinate, Prakoso. Prakoso is a hitman who has been Bangun's go-to for killings, having taken the lives of many people. Bangun's purpose in meeting Prakoso is to eliminate those who don't obey his orders. Prakoso can accomplish his tasks with great ease, demonstrating his skill as a proficient and effective hitman. The next day, we see Ukok meeting with Beijo to discuss business. In their conversation, Beijo wants territory controlled by the Goto or Japanese gangs, while Ukok asks for Beijo's help in overthrowing his father's leadership. Beijo gives Ukok a gift in the form of a prisoner who had previously attempted to kill Ukok while in prison, as an effort to convince and strengthen their cooperation.
Se volevo solo affittare un pezzo di terra, avrei chiesto a tuo... Sto parlando, io ho bisogno di te, però anche tu di me a quanto...
Mio padre non muoverà neanche un dito. Non farà mai nulla che rompa la tregua, e loro? Cosa dovrei fare?
Dammi il tuo appoggio.
When he was about to kill the last person, he noticed a tattoo symbol on his hand. Later, we will explain what that symbol means, and then those people died.
Un tempo che sto posto era di classe.
Mai. Se riuscirai a domarlo.
Ora non conta più, lo so. Tutto cambia senza che conta. Quando mio padre entrava qui dentro, calava il gelo. Arrivo subito, vado in bagno.
After that, we are shown Prakoso being attacked by a group of thugs, who turn out to be Beijo's men. In the fight, Prakoso manages to defeat them, but as their numbers keep increasing, he becomes overwhelmed and gets slashed, leaving him mortally wounded. Witnessing that event, which we know was part of his plan to pit Bangun and Goto against each other. Until finally he is killed by Beijo's trusted henchman, the assassin. We see Ukok meeting his father and urging him to attack Goto's clan, blaming them for killing Prakoso, who had been loyal to their family. However, Bangun does not make a hasty decision, as he wants to avoid starting a war with Goto's clan.
Ucho! Ucho!
Beijo deployed assassin and baseball man to slaughter the important people in the Goto clan. It turns out, Hammer Girl and Baseball Man are siblings who became deadly hitmen. The three of them managed to kill important figures in Goto's clan at the same time. When Yuta was about to leave, he was suddenly attacked by a group of men who stabbed knives into his car. However, he managed to escape, leading to a chase that ended in a brutal fight inside a restaurant where Yuta was struck multiple times. And he also discovered the police identity of the man he had killed. Because many important people, Goto was killed. Waking up, and Goto finally held a meeting. During the conversation, Ukok intervened and refused to make peace with Goto, but his words were contradicted by his father. Bangan then apologized to Goto for the incident.
A quanto pare le decisioni sono state prese.
At Bangan's headquarters, he hits his son for his actions, which nearly caused a war between the two sides.
Abbiamo fatto dietro front, eh? Perché? Per favore!
When Ukok told Bangun to stop hitting him, suddenly Bejo and his men arrived. Seeing Bejo's arrival, Ukok suddenly pointed a gun and shot his father. Seeing this, Eka quickly issued her gun but was too slow and she was shot. Right when he was about to be killed, Yuta suddenly arrived by attacking them and ordered Eka to escape. The brutal battle ensued, which caused Yuta to lose consciousness. However, due to Bejo's usual habit, he always kills people near a grassy field and ordered his men to take him there. On the way, Eka tried to save him, even though he had to face several subordinates of Bejo. Meanwhile, Yuta, just realized from his fainting, immediately involved in the battle there, killed them all, and then jumped into Eka's car. Afterward, the two of them went to an old building, where it turned out that Eka was also a police officer, assigned by Munawar as an intelligence agent. From the beginning, Eka had known Yuta's true identity as an intelligence agent like herself, but Eka was trapped in Bangun's gang and couldn't get out. Because of his critical condition, Eka went outside, sat down, and meditated there, while Yuta left to put an end to it all. That night, he went straight to Bejo's headquarters alone. Without saying a word, he stormed inside and fought Bejo's men hand to hand. On the upper floor, we see Bejo, Usok, and Reza relaxing together. And we know that Reza is Yuta's primary target in this mission. Here, Ukok accidentally spots a tattoo identical to that of the man he had executed. Realizing this, he begins to understand that the person targeting him in prison is actually Bejo. Furthermore, with the bugging device found in his wallet, he suspects Bejo as the perpetrator. Bejo, after knowing Yuta's whereabouts, Bejo immediately sent 3 of his trusted men. We see the fight begin with the deadly beauty, Hammer Girl, and the guy with the baseball bat. until finally Yuta brutally defeats them both, with the baseball bat ending up smashed against Baseball Man's face. Then he continued his journey, but it turned out that the assassin was waiting for him in the kitchen. There, he fought again with a powerful assassin. It turns out Yuta is able to counter the assassin's karambit and successfully kills him. After that, he heads straight to the floor where Bejo and Reza are. Seeing Yuta's arrival, Bejo quickly grabbed a shotgun and tossed it to Reza. However, Ukok caught it first and immediately shot Reza dead. Bejo ignored this and turned his aim toward Yuta, not realizing that Ukok was targeting him, until Ukok suddenly shot him. Because Ukok had realized that Bejo was only using him, he immediately killed Bejo. After that, he tried to kill Yuta, who was hiding behind a chair. But because of Yuta's skill, he swiftly came out and stabbed Ukok to death. And now, all the members of both gangs have been killed at the hands of Yuta, also known as Rama. After that, Yuta might have thought his troubles were over. However, just as he was about to leave, he was intercepted by Goto's men, led by Goto's son, Keiichi. Instead of attacking, Keiichi offered Yuta to join Goto's group, impressed by how he single-handedly slaughtered the opposing gang. And that's where the film ends. Amazing. The Raid 2 truly takes action to a whole new level. From the cramped building in the first movie, Rama now has to fight his way across the entire city, against the mafia, gangsters, and even corrupt cops. The message of this movie: never limit yourself just because you feel alone. Rama shows us that with courage and the right skills, one person can shake an entire corrupt system. So, are you ready to face today's challenges with that same spirit? Share your thoughts about this movie in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell after subscribing, so you won't miss even crazier movie reviews ahead. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.